Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Hope you all got on okay with your end of unit check yesterday. So here we are, a new unit. This is quite a long unit. We've got loads of different things to do in this one, and it's all about measure and converting units. I can already hear some of you groaning because I know it's not everybody's favourite topic. However, we're going to do lots of work so that we are really, really good at this. So today, I'm just going to move myself. I think we're okay. So here's some vocabulary that we're going to be using over the whole. I think it's about 10 lessons, this one. So it's a nice long one. Loads and loads of different words there. Some of them that you'll recognise and you'll know, like centimetre, metre, gram, convert, millimetre. I'm sure you know all of those, but some might be a bit new to you. Maybe pint, inch, imperial unit, ounce, all those things, gallon, stone. We're going to look at all of them as the days go by. And here's some of the different things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be converting between metric units of length. We're going to be recognising imperial units. We'll look at what they are later on. We're going to be converting between units of time, reading timetables, and then solving some problems. So lots to do in this unit. Okay, right, I am now in the way. Let me get me out of the way. So I'll put myself up here in this corner. Let's see, there we go. All right, so here we have got our Discover. Now you can see that Jen and Toshi, they're at the airport and they are both going on holiday, and Toshi is standing at one side and he is looking at the information about their flight. They're going from London to Berlin, which is Germany. And he can see that his departure time, the time that he's leaving, is 12:40, and he's going to be travelling. The distance is 930 kilometres. Toshi's thinking to himself, I wonder how many metres we will fly, because obviously at the moment the length he can see is in kilometres. And then Jen on the other side, she has put her bag, you can see just here on the weighing scales, and it says it weighs 600 grams. Now behind the lady at the checkout desk, it says luggage limit 7 kilograms. Ooh. So Jen is thinking, oh, can I take my bag onto the plane? Is it going to be too heavy? What's going to happen? So we're going to look at how to help them in a minute. So first of all, we're going to look at how to work out how many meters it is from London to Berlin. And then we're going to have a look, can Jen take her bag on the plane? Now underneath me just here, I've put a little conversion chart, 1 kilometre. So 1 kilometre is the same as 1,000 meters. Now this is a really important thing to remember, and I always tell children to remember that kilometre has got this word at the beginning, kilo. Now a kilo means 1,000, so 1 kilometre means 1,000 meters. It's a good way of helping you remember. It's like 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. Okay, let's give them some help, shall we? So how many meters is it from London to Berlin? Now we've just said that in 1 kilometre there are 1,000 meters. So if we've got 930 kilometers, we've got to multiply that by 1,000 to know how many meters there are inside that amount. So I've put this, we've got here, look, a grid to show here's 930 kilometers. And if we're multiplying by 1,000, now particularly if you've been in my maths group, we've done quite a bit of work on this. And the way that I always tell the children that I work with to remember, if you're timesing, I'm just going to try and write it in my dodgy handwriting with this mouse. It's very tricky. So if we're timesing by, whoopsie, 1,000, well, that one looks like it's got a line in the middle, then I always say count how many zeros there are. So there's 3 zeros, aren't there, here? We're timesing by 1,000. And that means everything, if we're multiplying, the numbers are getting larger, so they're jumping to the left. And they've got to jump 3 times because there were 3 zeros on 1,000. So the 9 from the hundreds goes 1, 2, 3, clumps with the 100,000s. The 3 tens goes 1, 2, 3, and now is in the tens of thousands. And the 0 goes 1, 2, 3, and that's in the thousands column. And then obviously these bits here would be gaps, but we put them in with a placeholder of a 0. So 930 kilometers has suddenly become 930,000 meters. So that means from London to Berlin, they're going to be traveling 930,000 meters. It's a long way. All right, now let's think about Jen and her bag. Now she knows that it said on the sign, if you can remember, they couldn't be heavier than 7 kilograms. Now her bag weighed 6,000 grams. Now if you remember, grams to kilograms is the same conversion. So if she's got 6,000 grams and we want to put it into kilograms, this time we're going to divide by 1,000. So we're still dividing by 1,000, so it's 3 zeros. So everything's jumping 3 places smaller. So the 6,000 suddenly becomes 6 units. All the zeros are the other side of the decimal points. We don't need them anymore. So 6,000 grams is the same as 6 kilograms. Now 6 kilograms is less than 7 grams. So Jen can take her bag on the plane. She'll be relieved about that. Now I'm just circling here with my pen. This is reading this number sentence saying 6 kilograms is less than 7 grams because the small part of the crocodile mouth is pointing 6. Okay, happy? All right, so this is a bit of a think together activity. So these scales measure mass, which is a type of weight, in grams. Now, what will the scales show when the rucksack is placed on them? Now, we know that 1 kilogram, you can remember how many grams are there in 1 kilogram. So kilo, we said, remember that means 1,000. So this here, I won't be able to get it in. So 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. So to convert grams to kilograms, we are going to multiply by, that's the wrong way around, isn't it? To convert kilograms to, sorry, no, it's not. Oh, Mrs. Lodge is having one of those brain moments. To convert kilograms to grams, we're multiplying by 1,000. I was thinking of divide, I was getting stuck. So when we multiply by 1,000, the digits shift to the left by, remember what my little clue was earlier? 3 places, because there's 3 zeros. So the bag, we can see, weighs 5.9 kilograms. So if we're going to put that into our grid here, we've got 5.9. And now we need it because the weighing scales will only weigh in grams. So everything moves 3 places to the left. 5.9 times by 1,000 becomes, what's our answer going to be? The 5's jumped here, the 9's going to go 1, 2, 3. So we put our 9 in here. And then we've got some gaps. So for our place holders, so that they're not just empty, excuse me, we put some zeros in. So the answer, our sum, our calculation here, 5.9 multiplied by 1,000 is 5,000, oh look, it's hard to fight with this, 900 grams, which is what our scales will show when we put our rucksack on. Okay, so if we're going from kilograms to grams, we times by 1,000. If we're going from grams to kilograms, we divide by 1,000. Okay, same with kilometers. So here we've got an aeroplane going from city A to city B, and it says it's traveling here 260,500 meters. Now we know that 1,000 meters is the same as 1 kilometer. So to convert from meters to kilometers, we divide by 1,000. So this time everything's moving in the other direction. 3 places right, which makes it go smaller. So let's start with this 2. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3. So the 2 is going to come here. The 6 is going to go 1, 2, 3. It's going to come here. The 0 is going to go 1, 2, 3. That's going to come here. The 5 is going to go 1, 2, 3 into our tenths, because remember we have to leave, we don't count the decimal place, the decimal point, as a place, we jump around it. And then the rest is 0, so we could write them there, but because they're at the end of our number, they're the other side of the decimal point, we can just get rid of those. So the plane travels in kilometers 260 5 kilometers. So 260,500 meters has now become 260.5 kilometers. My recommendation for these sorts of questions is that you draw yourself a grid like the one here, because then you can use the grid to make the numbers move up and down by how many they need to go. It will really help you be more accurate. So here are your Power Maths books for today. First two questions, they've already drawn you those grids. So you can fill those in to help you. Now remember, once you get to question 3, if you are struggling a little bit or finding it a bit difficult, on a scrap piece of paper or in a book, draw yourself those grids and then do the same way, the same method, because I think that will make it seem a bit easier. So Power Maths pages, now I know for a fact that they are not the correct pages on there, because that's not very good, is it? I think they're on the email, the right pages. I'm just going to whiz back, because I know that the other day, here we are, that was 108 to 110. I haven't changed this one on here. So I think that the metric ones are going to start on pages 111, okay? So it's pages 111 you're looking at. Double check the email. I'm just going to go back to here so I can edit this, so I can show you. So Power Maths page, page 111 for today, okay? So make sure you read the questions really carefully, and this can be quite tricky, so take your time, don't rush, and remember to email me if you've got any questions. Okay, I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.